All right, welcome back to the River's Edge Radio Network. You just heard Strange Future by Wolves in Sheep's Clothing. And we have some new things coming to the River's Edge. I don't want to give it away just yet, but we have some really exciting things coming. Some shows and programs that are just completely different than anything we have currently available for you. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be very, very exciting. But right now, we have an exciting guest. We have Jeremy Papay right across the table from me. How are you?
Good. I've been called so much worse than exciting. So I guess am I good?
There we go. You're good now.
Right,
Yeah,
awesome.
I had the other mic queued up, but that makes No, we're good.
You got my nipple nice and clear, right?
Yes, we got that sound coming through. Really well.
Great.
So I'm excited to have you on. I've met you at going to different open mic nights and things like that.
I think it was like the Ham Bones broadcast. I think.
Okay. Yes, the initial.
You guys did like the brunch. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll be back
Right
at the brunch for Rant actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so you'll be able to catch us there as well.
Yeah. That sounds like an awesome festival. I'm actually going to be gigging out of town that entire weekend. I'm
man.
kind of bummed about that, but yeah, the lineup always looks great.
Yeah, this is my first time being involved, and I'm very excited because Rant is really the festival that started it all. All of these major festivals all came after Rant, and Rant kind of trailblazed the way for things like Deutschtown and Strip District and everything else to.
Because it was
to
like
take root.
a lot of those. Like I missed all that. I was away for so long.
Oh, sure.
I kind of came back and like.
And why were you away?
All these, an interesting career move back in 2008 was when it was. I got the call and left to go play drums for the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Can you pull your mic just a little bit towards you?
I will.
So that's really cool.
Right.
That must have been where did you travel? Did you travel across the country or?
I've crossed off everything but Alaska and Hawaii at this point.
Wow.
We didn't necessarily play in every state, but
But you were there, yeah.
I traveled and at least stopped at a Flying J or something, so that counts.
Yes, exactly.
In the RV.
How did you play? Was it like a band that just was like associated with the
full live band? Traveled with you have the show, you have the performers, you have all the crew, and then you have we were the Ringling Brothers band where we were out on the floor. We had our own silly costumes we had to wear, and everybody traveled together. Everybody had their own RV, and we would just play the shows, go to the next city, reconvene, set up in the parking lot there again, and the arena was right next to it, and we would do usually sound check opening night Thursday, sometimes a kiddie show Friday night, 3 shows Saturday most times, and then 1 or 2 shows on Sunday. Load out, tear down, pack up the RV, and drive anywhere between 90 to 900 miles to the next
How
town.
did you get involved in something like that?
A fellow Pittsburgh musician by the name of Steve Palco had been out. He was a bass player. He'd been out on the road for a couple years. I was at Duquesne with him in the music school. The drummer before me put in his notice, didn't want to do it anymore. Steve dropped my name. I got a phone call. I thought it was a joke the first time I got the call. I'm not sure. I have to ask Robbie. I don't know if I actually hung up on him or just could not believe that was actually true after he called. But yeah, I had from there said yes that I'd buy an RV. I'd go play this insane gig, and then I had maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. They flew me to Mississippi to watch the show and get acclimated to the lot and kind of get a sense for it. And I came back with a video of the show, and from there had a week and a half to 2 weeks to figure out, what an RV was at that point. Get one, get a truck, learn the show from a video, and then I left Pittsburgh and drove to Prescott Valley, Arizona for my first time taking the RV across the country. My dad came with me on that trip, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, and that lasted about 7.5 years. I got back in town October of last year. Late October.
Was that a hard decision?
It wasn't mine. They actually closed our tour down. They decided...
I meant, was it a hard decision to join the circus?
No, not really. At the point, I was... my old band, I played in this band, Chalk Outline Party. We had kind of disbanded a year before. I was kind of... You don't want to call it a slump. I was like treading water in Pittsburgh. I'd played in so many bands. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I was getting the itch to travel. This thing kind of fell in my lap, and it was the best way to completely shake up my life and not really think about it and just dive into the deep end head first. And yeah, I don't regret that at all. And that was not a hard decision to make. I mean, I freaked out. Like, don't get me
I'm
wrong.
sure.
I think I remember actually the singer in that band. We went to see, I think, Tom Petty at Star Lake, and I remember that I think I was just shaking the whole time, like, what have I done? Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, because there's no turning back after that. But yeah,
Did you have a smartphone?
not until I was late to the game. 2012 is when I got my
'Cause
first.
I feel like that would be a much easier job to take on if you had a smartphone and you had all of that
No, I had
connection to back home where you're able to see what people were doing and interact
well,
with people.
I still had the the laptop and everything like that.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
and I think it was really I like with the Facebook thing and everything. I mean, a lot of people are down on it. Like that's really how I not only stayed connected to people back home, but also all over the country. Like the friends that I've met everywhere. It's just
Yeah.
a great way to keep up.
Well, it's
that way.
wonderful, and people knock Facebook, and it definitely has its faults. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the comments.
Yeah.
But
Well, even
I reconnected with a cousin that I may never have seen again in my life if it wasn't for Facebook. So you're right; it's great for things like that.
the algorithms are strange though, because like I actually don't see as many circus friends on my feed. It's more Pittsburgh based now, which is fine because I have a lot of people that I enjoy keeping up with here as well. But yeah, I tend to check in on folks all around the country and kind of see how everybody's doing, what everybody's up to, see if I want to go there or not.
Yeah, I was on a cruise recently, and they had musicians that were on the cruise, and it was crazy to me because you would think of any benefit that you would offer your people on the cruise, that internet would be one of them.
Yeah,
But they did not.
No.
So these people had to pay for the internet if they wanted it, and I
It's
mean,
not the quickest out there
well,
at
and
times.
well, not only that, but on the cruise, you're looking at buku bucks. I mean, they charge at a premium because you're out at sea. There's no Wi-Fi available. You can't, duck into a McDonald's and steal the Wi-Fi for a few minutes. You're stuck in that building. And I remember the prices were astronomical for internet.
Would have performer friends, and they would put the disclaimer up. Hey, I'll check in with everybody in like 3 days when I'm at port and can get Wi-Fi again. But I considered jumping on one. It was always an option. I wanted to see if I could make it happen for myself in Pittsburgh, just out of defiance of the gig closing, and like I'll come back and still do drumming as a full-time career. Getting there still.
It takes a while,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, the cruise ship's always an option.
Now, you played with elephants before.
have.
That's cool.
There are a few. I mean, there's tons of career highlights, but yeah, I think
there's a big picture of you playing drums with an elephant.
We were in Biloxi, Mississippi, where the arena is like right across from the Gulf of Mexico. There's this huge, like basically they hang out on the beach more or less. And I asked, Alex, the trainer, I'm like, hey, I have this idea, because he had approached me before. April, though, the 4-year-old is also a drummer. They had at some point there was a bucket, and she just went over and picked up a branch and started playing on the bucket. So I early in the tour, I'd given him some old drumsticks to pass on to April so she could play drums. And then we set up the kit and just started playing, and they love, like any kid, she just loves to make noise and bang on stuff. So we had the cymbal set up, and she would pick it up, and
she never broke it.
No. She definitely could have broken all of the drums or the drumsticks, or me if she wanted to. But she was having a blast. I think I still have elephant snot on my ride cymbal and my floor tom. But yeah, they're just curious. Asia, the other elephant, we had a tambourine on the ground, and she just picked that up and would like shake that and did a little mic drop on it. On my YouTube channel, all those videos are.
Oh, really?
Are up
where
there.
Can we find that?
I believe it's just if you just search for my name, Jeremy, Papay, YouTube. The drum videos will probably come up first, but there's all the playlists in there, and in those drum videos are some of the ones. I think I have like my Cirque du Soleil audition up there, and then some of the Elephant Jam sessions.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I miss them so much.
What are
And
some of the other interesting experiences you had in the circus? Because I feel like
man,
that job you would see so much. There's just so much that that you would be exposed to and you would experience that. I talk about my previous job and all of the different sites and things I was able to see that,
mm-hmm.
and many people have seen portions of those sites, but no one has seen all of them. And I feel like in the circus you have experiences that very few can say they've experienced, especially in today's circus where it is a nationwide big event. It's not, I remember there's images of the circus that would show up to Irwin, Pennsylvania. Well, the circus isn't going to Irwin anymore.
There's still like tons of family circuses, mud shows they call them, under the tent that'll still, but there were kind of, there was Ringling and there's Cirque and and the other ones that would be like the arena shows. But,
Yes.
But yeah, we would. We played some small towns for sure. I remember a few in Kentucky in particular, and a few small towns in Texas. But we would do, like Portland, we would play, and we'd play like the Rose Garden Arena or the Moda Center or whatever it's called now. But I completely fell in love with the Pacific Northwest, Montana. We had a week off. They stuck us in Billings for a week off, so I shot north to Great Falls, where there's this amazing tiki bar called the Sip and Dip, where they have like mermaid shows, and there's this woman, Piano Pat, who's played there every Wednesday through Saturday for something like 40 years or something. And then went up to Glacier National Park. When we were in South Dakota, we did the Badlands. You're in a town for a week basically, and you have a few days off. So any chance I would get to go climb on something or be somewhere in nature, I would jump on that for sure. Like the Sandias in New Mexico. I miss New Orleans a lot. We would play, we would play around it, but we would be close enough that I could get down there several times a year and see my crazy sideshow and circus and burlesque and musician friends down there.
Now you're back in Pittsburgh. You say you're trying to become a full-time musician in the Pittsburgh area. How difficult is that here in Pittsburgh?
Oh, I found when you're away for a while and then come back, I found it a little strange. Like, I tend to hit the ground like running. And I just from the pace of being on the road, like I don't do well with downtime at all. So I'm not sure if I was like overly aggressive, but came back and like, hey, I'm a drummer. I want to play with you. I want to play with you. Like, let's
you got to get the word out, right?
But I kind of prepped a little bit where I knew I was coming back. I joined up with this real like super pro band, the Michael Christopher band, where the calendar is just a mile long. We play all over the place, like constantly every weekend. So like that's going well. Like done a lot of theater work. So actually at the Playhouse in Oakland, I came back and did a show there right off the bat. I think I'm doing Tommy there in October. But doing day gigs here and there, but trying to make it happen after you play drums for a living for 7.5 years. It's hard to even if I'm just being stubborn at the moment, to try to keep that going.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of great stuff going on, man. There's so much talent in the city.
I think one thing, and I know I've talked to other people about this, one way to try to get into music professionally as your career, you almost have to be like a journalist, where you have your feet in your toes in different waters, your hands in different
that's the
occupations.
The biggest thing, like I took away from Duquesne anyway, was just, I think my sophomore year, my junior year, like you only get credit for playing in X number of ensembles, but I think I did either 10 or 11, just when the opportunity to play in a symphony, then a contemporary ensemble, and then there's the jazz, and then there's all the other electronic stuff. And so when I've given talks at like high schools, I'm talking to kids like, how do I do it? I'm like, you play with everybody. You're a metal drummer, great. Like go play jazz. Like great, you're a jazz drummer. Here's some punk to go listen to and play. Like I think playing in symphonies and learning how an orchestra breathes has like helped my rock playing. Getting in early. The gig on the road was all V drums, the Roland like virtual drums, and I got in early on that, and I think that helped get me the gig with the circus too.
Well, that's one area where I feel like jazz musicians kind of get it.
Mhm.
You always see, at least my observation, just following different musicians, on Facebook and social media and things like that. I'm friends with a lot of people.
Mhm.
It seems like the jazz musicians are the ones who are willing to just like sell themselves to play for anybody. Hey, you need a upright bass today? I'm your guy. I play upright bass, and they
Yeah.
don't care if it's jazz. They're playing all over. Where it seems like a lot of musicians in other genres seem to stick to their
Yeah,
craft.
you'll get not flack, but I mean, there's when you're called a like a working musician or whatever. Like I love, I play, with I still play in rock band. I play with Amoeba Knievel. It's like one of the really really fun bands I play with. But I'll also, if I get a call,
Hmm.
to go do a theater gig or wherever, or you just make yourself available. That's part of making it. Like I don't really feel there's any shame in doing that when you not that not perfect. When you know you can get by and you can read and do that, then why wouldn't you take any gig? At least as a drummer, like I would get that. Like, how do you play the same show like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times? Where like with circus drumming, I have a little more freedom to kind of not do whatever I want, but as a drummer, I feel I was a little more open to not do everything the same way every time.
Yeah, no, and that's good that they would allot you that kind of freedom, because I always
Hmm.
feel that breeds creativity.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? If you have that freedom, and that's one of the things I always try to encourage is, like, the hosts on this program, I don't, a lot of, and that is true in a lot of radio companies where, the management comes down, oh, you have to do it this way, and, you have to say this and say that. Now, we do have like station promos and stuff like that
Hmm.
that have to be read, but your content is your content, as long as you're not out there like saying, if we get a sponsor, oh, this is the worst, pizza in the world, or, beyond that, it's your show. You
Yeah.
have creative freedom to kind of do what you need, and I feel like we have a better brand for that. So
Hmm.
I don't know, if you're an artist, that's how you're going to. I think you're going to present better art if you're allowed
Hmm.
the freedom to.
Yeah, well, I mean, even with the Michael Christopher band, like coming into it, like the some of the covers and stuff, that's not really my favorite genre, but within the parts themselves, like I'm playing really fun parts, and I'm
Hmm.
playing with really fun people, so you know, I guess maybe listening to it versus playing it are like two different experiences. I've always felt way more comfortable in society on a stage than off of it.
Yeah.
But and it's been an adjustment too, coming from like circus drumming is so different from because you're catching anytime an acrobat flips or whatever, you're keeping time, but you're also playing drum fills in time,
Hmm.
sometimes out of time. It was triggering like 120 pre-sampled loops per show, and to go from all that to like just playing not just playing drums in
Yeah.
some of these gigs, but it's definitely been an interesting transition, and I've probably overplayed way more than I should have on a lot of gigs.
Well,
But
you're actually going to play for us right now, correct?
oh
We
yeah,
have
yeah. Could I get a few plugs in? Do we have time
oh yes,
for that?
absolutely.
Actually, there's my
I
buddy.
own the network, so I
Okay,
can do whatever I want.
nice.
The only demands I have is Facebook. On our Facebook Live, they will cut me off at an hour and a half, so we still have some
Okay,
time.
right on. Well, on the 26th, my buddy Clint Van Gammert, who I actually went to high school with,
Hmm.
I played in a band in high school with. We have a duo, upright bass and drums. We'll play the 26th of August. I believe that's at the Funhouse with the great Joanna Lowe and the Working Breed. I think is the other band that's on
Okay.
that show. I don't think it's been an event yet. I'm actually going to play. Speaking of Joanna and Cup of Joe Productions, there's Titus Andronicus, this amazing production of that at 634. That's going to run September 30th through October 7th. Those tickets are at Eventbrite. There's a big show with the Michael Christopher band coming up. We don't play locally all that often because we're all over the place, but we'll be at the Oaks Theater September 30th, and that'll be like as close as we get for a while. So yeah, I think that's it. Sorry to get that. That's all. A
No, I know. I'm
mouthful
glad you
there.
got that through there, and it gave me a second to check a Facebook comment that I've been trying to read. So one of your friends is listening and said "rock on."
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so that was cool.
Awesome.
Are you going to be, for my own knowledge, are you going to be at the event tonight at Smalls, or will you not be there? I know you have a meeting to go to.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not sure that there's. I'm hoping to actually, because I think I can't remember who's hosting tonight, but yeah, but the Monday
Acoustic
night. I mean,
Cafe,
that's
yeah.
like Monday nights at the Fun House and Tuesdays at Hambones like that. I was real. I should have mentioned that when I came back home. Like that was the crew that I immediately kind of fell in with, and
Me
everybody
too, as
was-
well, actually. And
everybody was very, very warm and welcoming, and I'm really glad I met a lot of people.
I cannot
that
say
I did.
enough good things about that group because like, you see a lot of the same people at both events,
Mm-hmm.
and they've definitely helped build our library, and you can see the different artists
Yeah,
up
I
above.
was, I
We've
was
got-
checking out your ceiling.
Yeah,
up
so,
there earlier.
that's not all of the artists, but that is a good portion of them. So,
Right on.
But we do have a song, so I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of just started writing on the road. Like I never really played guitar, but these are all recent songs, and I guess this one seems to get reactions because it's angry. I guess.
Yeah.
You know, the story's long gone, so it's just a song now. But it's about a couple people, actually circus and Pittsburgh back and forth. But anyway, this is called "You Stay Classy."
After this, we got your holiday of the day up next, so stay tuned.
Rock on.
Yeah, you stay classy with your ponytailed hair. Yeah, you stay classy with that unstable stare. The blood's a boiling, our temper's gonna flare, boy. But you stay classy and pretend that I care. Yeah, you stay classy and your color a whore. She's made a mistake again, she's made it before. In time she'll figure you out and show you the door. But you stay classy and we'll settle the score. You've been held up in your head for too long. Seeing things that ain't there, you get it all wrong. A friend will help a friend to meet a friend, and then two knobs in my back that really was the end. Yeah, you stay classy, you see two sides of your face. To say once trusted you is such a disgrace. You never deserve my friendship, time to make haste. But you stay classy and get put in your place. You've been held up in your head for too long. Seeing things that ain't there, you get it all wrong. A friend will help a friend to meet a friend, and then two knobs in my back that really was the end. But you stay classy. Yeah, you stay classy. Yeah, you stay classy, fucker.
Woo!
Cool. Thanks so much.
Very cool. So it is time. You're welcome to celebrate with me. It's time to celebrate.
Do I
People are
get
looking.
a clacker too?
Yeah, here, you can have a clacker. We're looking to celebrate, and people are always, people are looking to celebrate. People are looking for a good time, right? So we're about to give it to them. Here, we've got your holiday of the day. We're going to give you a holiday every day that you can celebrate. These are legitimate holidays. They
Awesome.
are on the calendar somewhere. There's a big website of them. So we're going to give you the holiday of the day. We've got 2 of them for you today. So let's cue the music. In honor of UPMC and the way that they profiteer, we figure I'm surprised they haven't taken advantage of this this holiday, but it is Minority Doctors Day. So there you go. If you have a minority doctor, you could celebrate. You can, wonk on a horn, give him a piece of candy, buy him get him a water or something. Do something. Do something nice for a minority doctor. That's all we're saying. Celebrate minority doctors. It's good to be diversified. And then also today is Mutt's Day. And I don't know, have you ever had a dog? Or
Yeah,
you've had a dog? A mutt or a purebred?
We've had both. There
had
were
both?
actually a lot of mutts on the show, rescue mutts.
Okay, yeah, I'm a big fan of mutts. I've had 2 of them myself. And I actually had a dog that was really special to me, and we got this dog when I was 2, so we actually had the dog before my sister. And the dog, it's one of the only memories I have of the time we lived in Florida. I was forced to sleep in a hallway, we lived in a trailer. We moved to this trailer, and everybody, my grandmother owned the trailer. And for some reason, she decided to move into the trailer with us, and so did my aunts and everybody else. And we had 1 million people living in this trailer, and I was forced out of my bedroom into a hallway. And I just remember the dog walking by. But the dog was so smart, it could open up doors, open up windows. It knew everything. It knew perfect English. And I remember when we moved to our new home, we moved to a smaller yard, and she started walking down the street, and I said, Silky, this is the yard. And she never left again.
Huh.
Very intelligent. So,
Smart creature.
yes, dogs are smart. I don't know. I miss my dog. She was a good dog. But let's, what do we have coming up? Oh, that's right. Tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow we have Mike Sasson. He is back in studio for week 3. Good stuff with Mike. And I am back on Wednesday. Amanda Narcisi of boldpittsburgh.com. She will be with us. Amanda's awesome. She tells you everything that you should do every weekend. Fun things, places to drink, places to eat. And we're also going to have Johnny St. Lethal of the show. He's going to be on before his last performance ever with the show. Maybe not his last performance, but the show's last performance at Mr. Smalls. And we're going to have Mark Dingham in as well. Don't forget, you can sponsor us.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, he's a good guy. You can sponsor us on Patreon. You can click the link at the bottom of the website. How can people reach you? Jeremy?
Like through the Facebook music page, Jeremy Papay Music, Papay. At Twitter, same deal. JPAPAY on Instagram. Anywhere there's social media, I can be found, and I definitely will come play your gig.
Yes, hit him up. He is a professional musician. He's a professional, That's what happens when you're tired all the time. Mike Sasson tomorrow at 10 a.m. live at riversedgepgh.com. I'm out.